Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to the adventures of Micah Eric Chambers, our poor little boy who unfortunately has to brave the dangers of space. But very fortunately, look at this haul that we have managed to collect from the last episode. Absolutely 10 out of 10. We've done really well to get what we have. What we're going to do is we're going to have one final look around just to make sure that we've got nothing else that we could say is actually worth anything, but I don't think we do. Maybe this pump, but the pump I think we'd struggle to actually sell. We have a damaged thermostat that we'd have to repair. What was this? Bunch of floor tiles. Yeah, there's nothing really here. If we had maybe like some more like bins or something like that, we could potentially take that. But this place is really just, it's just a bit of a hunk of junk at this point. So I think we can very safely say that we are done and we no longer need to continue here. Which is very good, because that means that we can actually go back and have a look at how much profits we're going to make, which I think is going to be a fairly ridiculous amount. Right, let us head on over the nav station and let's get ready. Disengage. As far as it goes for like getting back, it's not going to be too difficult to get back to the OK leg, because at the very least we will we'll be able to just kind of make a straight shot for it. We don't really have to worry about the planet quite as much as we did before. Let's switch over to controls and let's make sure to hail our ship and let's just start the undocking process. There we go. Perfect. There we are. And now we are away. Good stuff. Switching back to our controls. Let's head on back. Pre-separation. Yep. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, let's zoom on out and we'll get ourselves the K-Leg station selected. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to start making our way towards there. And then that, of course, means aligning ourselves up. Turn on around, get our RCS thrusters on the go. Overshoot it ever so slightly, but it's not too bad. Let us try and get rid of a lot of this lateral velocity if we can, or at least as much as we can. We can definitely feel the ship being a little bit more sluggish. We've got a lot more weight on here, and we're using up an awful lot more fuel. Alright, let's go there. We'll go for about maybe, oh, I don't know, let's say 125. How's that going? That's 10 minutes. 137. Let's actually slow down a little bit. I don't like coming in too hot, but this should be okay. Alright, so now let's have a little look at these O2 canisters. Let's show some more so we can actually see what's happening. Overall, things aren't looking too bad. We do obviously have this nav station that we do want to restore, and I think actually restoring that is going to be pretty big, probably the best use of our time. We could restore all these O2 tanks as well. Let's make sure as well, before we go any further, just to be sure that we're going to get alerted, you always want to make sure this is set to alarm. Indeed it is. 8 more minutes. So while we're waiting, we'll restore up our nav station. And we should get our little alert coming through to let us know that we're heading in to the dock. And in the meantime, we can just restore up this nav station. I imagine this will probably take the majority of our time. I don't foresee us being able to sort of do it or finish this before we get close. But who knows, maybe we'll... We do have a ×7 on our repair skill. So we are actually doing things pretty quick. This is taking us a fair bit of time though, even with the ×7. Yeah, there we go. We actually managed to do it. Let's double check on our own nav station what exactly is happening. How far away are we? We're 2 minutes away. Currently at a range of 17 kilometers. Let's realign ourselves and make sure that we are... Does look like we're on a pretty decent trajectory, so I'm quite happy with that. Another 2 minutes to go before we're done. I guess we could always restore this pump. This pump's looking pretty good. This one's also looking pretty good. These are two pretty... This should be pretty quick for us to do. We'll repair those up. And we'll check it. There we go. Alright. Cancel our action. Let's get back on our nav. Let's have a little look and see what's happening here. So yeah, slow it down. Slow it down. Alright. Good stuff. Comm station. Hail ship. OK leg. Let's get docking request. Yep. Please choose a docking port. Yep. Good stuff. Let's see this. There we go. We've massively reduced our overall velocity. We've got our bridge lined up. We've managed to get rid of all of our other stuff. We reduced our speed down to 64 meters a second. Let's just get a little bit higher. We can go over here and turn off the... Well, probably actually just clear it rather than mute it. We will mute it by the time we get to actually docking, but I just like to clear it for now in case there's something else coming towards us. Shouldn't be, but you never know what's going to happen. All right, looking good, looking good. Let's bring our speed down to 50 meters per second. ETA in 3, 2, boom, done. Good stuff. We managed to get clamps on. And that should be everything good to go. Indeed it is. Cool. A little bit of slow down there, but that's all right. Probably just having to do some stuff in the systems. We'll mute our warning system so we don't have to worry about anything just now. And I think what we do is we just restore this pump, and we'll try and restore the next pump as well. Could always go and sell that the nav station, but sure, we don't have to really worry about it so far, because this is what, turbo. This one is also a turbo. There we go. Yeah, should just make sure that we get the most money for this we possibly can. Oh, you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. We're going to pay a little bit in terms of like docking fees, but again, that's all right. You're pretty much restored, but I think we should be all right. You are pretty much restored. Having these cans fully restored just at least will make sure that we're getting as much money as we can for it. There are varying levels of like actual like amount of oxygen inside as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Another air pump there. We do have that bin which we could sell, but we'll probably keep until we get everything else done. Let's just make sure that we've finished up repairing. And let's have a little think about how much money we're going to make. Oh, it's going to be a lot. It is going to be a lot. And let's, while we're kind of doing this, let's have a little check on our PDA. We'll double check our zones. Because currently we have the selling zone being kind of like here. So we could potentially just sort of like sell up here and then move everything up. Or we could just expand out the selling zone. I think we maybe just expand it out and say, hey, all this bit here, all this bit here. Maybe not this bit because this is more of kind of like our other stuff. We've got other O2, we've got more O2 cans just sort of like hidden down the side. We pretty much just have nothing but O2 cans in our entire ship. Alright, that should be alright. I think the amount of money we're going to make from restoring these, or well, I guess we could kind of like have a little look. We can certainly have a little look and see if it'd be worth restoring these or not. Let's have a little trade. We should have our trade license. Indeed, we do. What do we have in the selling zone? An awful lot. So this navigation station we can see is worth quite a bit. Boom, it's going to be another 7 grand for us. We've got a couple of these O2s. Some of them are pretty low condition, to be fair. Yeah, you can see here the ones that are used are selling for quite a bit less. You are like new, and you actually have one of the lowest amounts of auction, so we'll sell you, we'll sell you. You're like new. Anything that's kind of like new we can sell, and I can be happy with that we're getting as much as we can get for it. If it's worn, we hold off. We do repair it. But look at that. We haven't even sold the majority of these O2 canisters. We already made 12 grand. That is amazing. Boom. Just like that. Things are looking up. And we sold the majority of our stuff. Absolutely fine. Kind of what we wanted to do. Anyway. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and let's restore some of these O2 canisters. Oh, it's going to be a good day. It is going to be a good day. Let's go ahead and restore these up. There must be another way. We can potentially have a little look as well as our inventory. So we've got obviously our angle grinder. We've got our power drill, got our soldering iron. And we've got our stir welder as well. A couple other little loose bits that we have. Some bits of flooring, some conduits that we're using to repair up our ship. While we're sort of just going to be sitting around repairing for a little bit, let's double check the supplies and see if we can purchase anything that would certainly speed up our ability to do stuff. We have 16k, as I said, which is pretty nice. Would quite like an equipment truck. That could be very, very nice in the future. So we have our soldering iron, we have a power drill, we have a grinder. I would love a laser torch. Really good for the cutter, but we do still have our welder, so I don't think we need it for just now. Also, it's very expensive, all things considered. How much would it be for a new Bingham suit? Which I, for whatever reason, I call Birmingham suit, so I think it's just because it reminds me of that. If we wanted to purchase our own Bingham 12, that's going to cost us 9 grand. We could afford that. And I'm pretty sure we also found a helmet while we were out gallivanting on that station, if I remember correctly. Could be completely wrong, could be completely misremembering it. Let's go ahead and just double check inside this bin. No, that's just got some old tools in it. It's fine. Let's make sure as well we're toggling off this power. We don't want this work lamp to, you know, run out of power. I thought we found a I thought we found one, but I guess I'm probably just wrong, which is fine. Let's pick up you, and we can bring you over a little bit, just to make sure you're definitely within the cell zone. Yep, so we drop the pump. Let's go ahead and restore this as well, this O2 can. Restore these up, get them ready to sell. Doesn't take us too long, and it just means that we just get a little bit more money off for them. Obviously, we're going to be paying for docking fees, which isn't ideal, but I mean, in terms of length of time, it should be okay. Should be able to get this done before the shift's done. Yeah, especially ones like these where it's like you just need just a little bit of extra stuff here. Yeah, there we go. You're restored. So yeah, so we've got our stuff going. We've got our drill. We've got our screw. We've got our welder. We're going to be using up a lot of batteries, but that's okay. We're also next to the station, so we can like repair up our batteries as well. Does mean that we're going to be very limited in where we can go. We're basically stuck being around OK Leg Station for the moment. And that's purely just because we need a source of power. Power is the thing we're probably going to run out more than O2 or even RCS fuel. If we're really struggling, what we can always do is we can just switch around our N2 tanks. We could use oxygen for RCS. Obviously, that's a bit wasteful because oxygen's worth a lot more than nitrogen. But we do have that option. Yeah, let's restore. Let's not install that, please. There we go. Let's get these cans done. Sooner we get these cans done, sooner we can sell them, sooner we can get back out into the deep void. Not that I'm expecting there to be many more vessels like that. We've been exceptionally lucky with all the vessels that we've currently been able to go through. At least in terms of what they have. Nothing really that we could like fix up. So certainly one thing you can do in this game is you can go out and you can find these sort of like ships, these scavenging ships. You can then go back and you can come over to the sort of legal department here and you can actually say, hey, I want to buy that ship. Like it could be like a derelict, whatever. And they go, yeah, sure, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you more money than you have to start with. You're going to have to sort of like salvage and scrap and basically pick out what you think is worth before you're going to be able to actually like, you know, sell a ship. That's just kind of the way that it works. But when you get enough money that you can start thinking about that, that can be a really good way of making money. Because it's like, oh, well, let's say you get this derelict, you know, it's got no... I mean, it might be like, you know, exposed to space. It might have a whole bunch of issues. If you can go in there and you can like repair it up and you can get it like to a working point, you can actually make a bit of profit, like flipping ships. Like it's definitely a certain way to play the game. You don't have to sort of stick to what we're doing, where we're just kind of like salvaging and basically just scrapping out what we can out of these ships in order to then like, you know, do them up and repair them and then sell them on the market as individual components. If you can bring a ship to the market and just sell the ship, that's another great way of doing it. Now, obviously, it's kind of like based on the amount of time. So our tool is actually low on power. Let's have a little look. So that's our Halverston. So let's have a look at our batteries here. So we've got our full charge. Let's have a little look here. Get you charged up. Pop in a new battery. Good to go. We can keep on restoring up these guys here. Yep, you're pretty much done. You still need a bit of work. So we'll restore you. You're looking good. You're looking good. You still need a little bit of time as well, so we'll make sure we do you as well. Let's speed up a little bit of time. And then we've got the ones up the front that we also need to do as well. We're doing pretty well as well, just sort of training our skills up. We can see there that we're getting a little bit better with our engineering skills. You know, just spending the time kind of repairing things, you know, kind of installing things. It's making our character get a little bit better and probably more confident as well at, you know, kind of working on these slightly harder tasks. I mean, this isn't too bad. We're basically just like, you know, getting the dents out of this, but this is a pressurized container. You want to be a little bit careful. That's all I'm saying. You know, we might sit there and go, oh yeah, well, this is an easy task. What you're doing, you're just repairing an O2 canister. Yeah, it's got how much kilograms of O2 just sort of pressurized inside? I don't want to be touching that. We'll let Micah do that instead. Right, let's get this air pump back and fixed. I'm quite happy as well that we've got our N2 and our O2 system kind of like working better. We've got that all kind of like, you know, synced up. Kind of just makes me feel a little bit more secure in our actual ship. That I know that we're going to have a decent amount of of atmosphere that we don't have to worry about. All right, let's get this air pump done. Good stuff. We've still got these O2s to restore, so we'll restore them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more cans, and then we can go back and we can sell the rest of them. And this is this as well. This is the great thing about the sort of selling zones. Oh, a shift of will end in 5 minutes. Okay, so we need to keep that. All right, let's get rid of these. Select a shift. So let's make sure we pay everybody. We just want to make sure that we're clear. Got nothing to pay. We had to pay a little bit of like docking fees. We don't want them to like think, oh well, you know, you might have paid your docking fees, but or you might be docked and you're still docked with us, but you haven't paid, so we're going to fine you. Don't want that to happen. We're just going to pay off everything. Might need to pay again before we leave. That's just by the by. We can maybe see if we can get these O2 cans fixed up beforehand, but honestly, the docking fees aren't going to be that much. I'd rather get these fixed up so we get the most we can get off these cans. Yeah, there we go. The shift is going through. Things are looking all right. We did get that pump restored. We did indeed. Right, so we basically got everything fully restored. We're ready to sell pretty much everything we can. And I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, let's restore you. And then we'll restore you. Like, overall, things are going really well for Micah. He's maybe a little bit on the hungry and thirsty side. We can maybe, you know, get him something to eat, something nice, you know, or nice-ish. We'll see exactly what we have. We've got to, I want to install this bin as well. We'll probably do that when we next head out. Oh, our battery pack is low on power. That's okay. Music kicking in. Let's go and trade away our license. Don't think we need to go anything into like the black market or anything like that. Let's just kind of see what we have. So, all of a sudden these O2 canisters, all of them like new. Boom, 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 boom. Let's start selling them all off. We've got... We do have one that's used. I don't know where that is. Maybe keep a hold of that. Yeah, let's keep a hold of that. Given that has a huge amount in it. Yeah, we'll keep a hold of that. I wonder if that's maybe the one that's actually in our pump. We'll maybe need to double check our zone, but we're making 22 grand effectively off of this trade. That, which in conjunction with the one before, we can maybe have a little look and see how much we've made in total, but that is a fantastic start. We're sitting here with $38,000 to our name. Like, oh. I know there is this other O2 can. This doesn't look like it's used. This one is. Okay, we'll maybe pick this one up and we'll actually take it over ourselves. Just to sell this one off as well, because this one is good. We'll maybe need to double check our selling zone, because it might actually be including that O2 can that we have connected to our pump. I do not want to be selling that. Instead, let's make sure we're just selling this. Yeah, like new. So, even more money than I said we made. Easily bring us over the 22. We have nearly 40,000 in our bank account. Oh boy, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay, let's have a little think about what we want to do now. Let's double check, before we go any further, let's double check our zones. Because, yeah, you can see... Oh, no, it's not actually connected up. Ah, there's another O2 can down here. Oh, alright, okay, so we do need to... Oh, auto-saving. 1 moment. So we do potentially need to restore you. So let's do that. Make sure that we're repairing this up. I don't know why we kind of like slowed down there for a second. Hopefully that wasn't something coming close, but I think we're okay. Let's go over. We can sell that if it's... We can see that we are now actually in the clear for our various bits that are installed on the ship. Not that we really should be able to kind of do that, but... You never know with games like this. You always want to make sure. So yeah, boom, there we go. We got over the 40k. I think at this point we just buy a better spacesuit. I don't see there to be any reason that we shouldn't, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, will this be expensive? Yes, it will. 100% it will. For a Bingham 12 EVA suit and a helmet, that's going to be 12,000. What are we going to need? We're going to need a CO2 filter. We're going to need an O2 bottle. We need a power pack. Now, these are things we don't actually need, but it's certainly very nice to do, to have. Why are you not allowing me to purchase that? I would love to purchase that. Do you not have any? No, you do. Just it's taking a little while for whatever reason. Okay, that's going to cost us 13 grand. I mean, we could even buy the laser torch. I think that's maybe a little bit too much for now. We'll wait until we have another good kind of load to do that. The testudo would be very, very, very nice because it allows us to carry larger items quite easily. I think maybe we just hold off for now. All right, let's send these guys. We'll buy our EVA stuff. Oh, that is a point. Is there a... We could also purchase some cargo webs so we could put stuff on, but maybe don't need to worry about it too much. Get some new manuals as well. Is there a charging station for the but I'm doing it again, the Bingham batteries. I don't see one. I do not see one. We'll maybe need to see what we can find. We've got the Halverson one, we've got the Gott one, we've got the Weber laser ones. I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm happy with this. 13 grand going to our barter zone. Indeed it is. Except, let's go back and grab our new suit. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Now you can see this is going to be very, very good. It's going to be very cool. Expensive as anything. Yes, 100%. I completely agree. But strip off. Hop on our new suit. Now we can't use our backpack as the only other thing with this because we have the this sort of EVA suit. That is going to be a problem because that's obviously what we've been carrying that around with us. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed about that, and maybe that's a reason for us to keep on that, or just go hog, we buy the dolly. That is the other option. Now, for this EVA suit, let's have a little look at the actual inventory itself. So it actually came with an O2 canister, it came with a CO2, it's got its own little clip points here. Make sure that's definitely the EVA suit clip point. Should be. Indeed it is. Let's take off that clip point that's down there on the ground so we at least have our PDA on us at all times. We'll take our pouch off, we can't put that in there. So it would mean that we'd have to bring our backpack in order to sell anything. Okay, I'm starting to think we maybe do just grab the dolly. And then obviously we have our helmet, so if we pop our helmet on, boom, there we go. As you would see, we have a completely new environment to work in. Now, what's the benefit of this over the pressure suit? One, really long O2 stock in comparison to what we have with our other suit. This means that we can stay outside for much longer. We're going to have to, like carry stuff about a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more of a pain in that we don't have our backpack. But we can actually stay out for ages. We're going to be pretty okay. We're quite hot in the moment. That's just because we're in the suit. It's like it's a little bit harder to control the temperature, but we do have our own slight temperature management system in here, which will help. I can't remember if it has a light installed. I do not believe it does. And we could always unplug it. It does have, like, you don't need the battery in it. It does work without the battery. It's just obviously it's better with the battery for managing your temperature. Okay, I'm feeling very good about this. I wonder if we could leave our screwdriver behind in order to grab this from here. So if we leave our screwdriver on the ground, then that means, I mean, we could always just clip it onto us as well. So we always at least have our screwdriver. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. We could also clip this here, so which I think is probably a better idea. We leave the screwdriver there. We at least have the light we can kind of bring in and out as we need it. Although equally, we'd also like a place to put our helmet. We have to, so we can just carry that for just now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's drop the light, grab the bag, because that's the other option we do have as well. We can actually just carry this bag with us. We don't need to have the dolly with us if we don't want to. Would still be quite useful to have this as well. Just have a little drink. Get rid of some of this thirst. There we go. Have a little drink. Drink some coffee. Space coffee. Nothing better. Our wee drink pouch. We also got, this is admittedly our clip with our knife, so it's quite useful for kind of like keeping us safe. So I wouldn't mind keeping this together. I think what we do is we drop this here. Let's install this bin somewhere. Where are we going to install this bin? Yeah, I think this makes sense. We kind of put this here. Yeah, this is our like we pop this bin in here, just kind of on the wall. And I think this is a good place to kind of store our stuff before we head on out, because it's not going to be the biggest bin. Yeah, you can see here that it's literally two things, but we could store our backpack in there, or we could have our pressure suit there as well. That is the option that we have. Wonder if we could potentially even buy some more bins. That'd be quite useful. Oh, let's not take off our suit. Let's take our screwdriver off. That's going to be... Make sure we don't do that when we're in space. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this just now. Okay, let's have a little look at the fuel kiosk so we can get some of our stuff back. So, what do we need? Let's go ahead and bump... Our O2's alright. Nitrogen's okay. I'm happy with that. I don't think we need to pay any more. We could get some more of our RCS, but again, I'm not too worried about that. What I am wanting to do is get a little bit more power. There we go. Submit. Boom. Should be us powered up, ready to go. Ready to see the rest of the day. Now, as I was kind of... Do we just get the dolly? We have the money. We should be able to afford this shift's payments as well. Like, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's do it. Let's have a little look. Gonna cost us 7 grand. We've done it. We've done it. It's happened. Okay. Still got 20 grand left. I'm feeling absolutely fine. And now we've got this lovely little dolly that we can use to transport items around, that we can use and other such stuff. It's going to be huge for us. And we can, like, when it says pick it up, it basically puts it into this slot here. So it's like we can go around and we can just load stuff onto this dolly, come back here, unload stuff. It's a beautiful little situation that we have. Okay, things are a little bit crowded in here, that's for sure, but I think things are going really well for us. I never expected things would be going quite as well as they are, but here they are. Let's have a little look and see what we can see on the map. So, magic scanner, Ever Given. Let's also, when we get a second, see a bit of salvage over there. It's close to Ganymede. There's a lot of things kind of floating around. We can see some of the other ships that are about as well, including ones that we've already been to. I think we just go for this. This is kind of like a good straight shot from the station. Yeah, let's do it. I just want to double check how much left we have on our salvage permit. I was to read that just now. So this is valid until tomorrow. 10 out of 10. So basically we've got ourselves a ticket here for quite some time. So we are absolutely fine. Yeah, so we'll come away from the port and we'll head up to over here. Let's get ourselves out of here. Let's make sure we're actually hailing the correct thing. That's our target over there, but instead we want to request undocking clearance. Yep. Have a safe flight. Get the clamps off over here. So let us come over here. Make sure that we're on our own ship as we pull away from the OK leg. It's good stuff. Bring ourselves around to our current target, which is obviously going to be that derelict ship. Cancel out our velocity and start to move on up. And oh, you can definitely feel how much more responsive the ship is. I mean, we're on pretty low RCS thrust, but in comparison to what we were before, oh boy, this is a lot more responsive. Okay, so we've got an ETA of nearly 10 minutes. That's good. We can maybe kind of go over some sort of basic stuff, get some things ready. There's no point having our EVA helmet on at the moment. In fact, I might just go ahead and drop it there just for now, so we can have our light on our clip, and we can always go and grab our stuff as well. Now, we did want to have a little look at restoring some of the welding tool. Oh, welder's out of power again. It is indeed. Okay, we're going to have to keep a little eye on this this welder, because it does seem to run out of power very quickly. To be fair, we were doing an awful lot of restoring, so I can't really blame it. Okay, there we go. Let's restore you. We'll go ahead and get that floor done up. Let's also, before I forget, cancel that right now, go back to the nav station, and make sure we turn the alarm back on. Always do that before you go away from the station. You never know when that's going to really screw you up. We could have come flying into that the other ship and could have done some insane damage to ourselves, so I'm really glad that I remembered to do that. Alright, let's get this repaired up. Alright, we've got our coveralls there. Some more damaged floor bits. We want to repair this bin as well, just to make... We basically just want to repair the majority of the ship. We want the ship to look nicer. The ship, then also that will also make worth a lot more if we ever decide to sell this ship. It will make it worth a lot more. As it stands, I think we'll hold on to this for a little while, certainly. We've got plenty of O2 balls, which is really nice. But we have this one, we have the other one, we have basically all the O2 in the world for our new lovely spacesuit. And sure, things are going to be a little bit slower. I think you do things maybe just slightly slower because it is kind of like a bulky suit in comparison to like pressure suit. Pressure suit's basically just like, you know, skin tight, but pretty lightweight. Although we do have some skills, if I remember correctly. So I think we should be alright. Or did we check that again? Can't quite remember. You know that way where you're like trying to remember there, because it's like obviously you can get the inventory here, but how do I see your skills again? This is going to annoy me until I remember how to do it. Oh well, we've got time. Let's try and figure it out just now. Our get up, we've got our zones, got goals, and our roster maybe? No, that's just going on about, yes, the crew duties. Yes, this is what we would be using if we were doing stuff using the automated systems. So we don't really need to worry about it for just now. Let's restore this. How are we doing over here with like our conduits and that? That conduit is okay. You're okay. Floor's alright. Yeah, the compartment over there is alright. The wall light's okay. The floor here could actually do with a little bit of powering up. Yeah, I really can't remember how you see his skills. Obviously we can see like the event log. We've got the orders. Yeah, I honestly can't remember anymore. No, passenger ferries, not so... Oh, proximity alarm, never mind. We didn't manage to figure it out. I'm sure I'll have a little look around with it being a manual somewhere. Probably people screaming at me in the comments being like, come on, it's easy. Right, let's make sure that we are... No, not the... So we want to hail you. Uninitiated docking procedure. Yeah, there we go. Target unresponsive. We're going into docking. Let's, okay, line ourselves up. Good stuff. Looking good. We're coming in. We've still got a little while to go, so we'll up our relative velocity. Once again, the docking sounds do just make me a little bit wary. So I usually over slow down. It would be more useful to not slow down as much. Obviously, you're not using much RCS as you do. But here we are, we're coming in quite nice. Slow it on down to about 50 meters per second, just so we've got plenty of time to hit those clamps. As we're coming in, we're lined up pretty much perfectly. Almost as good as you can ask for, really. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Get the clamps in. Boom. Lovely. We have docked with the new ship. Let's have a little look. We'll potentially leave the dolly here for now. And I think what we do is we just pop our helmet on, grab our bag, turn our light on, and see what we can see. Pretty dark. It's alright, we've got more bins. Immediately, a nice corner bin as well. With some cigarettes. Don't mind if I do. Okay, looks like we've got a little bit of a derelict ship that doesn't appear to be power. Or if there is, a handgun. Okay, things are getting kind of interesting now. These bins are going to be really useful. We'll keep a little eye out for what we have. Some more batteries, nice. And an EVA, another EVA battery as well. Pretty cool. Right, no, the power doesn't seem to be on the ship. We got a vent here, some more floors, some kind of flickering light through here. Someone was trying to do something with a jumper. Oh, what's this? An H... Okay. Alright, we're going to have to, be quite careful. It's a massive, massive container of helium that is nearly broken. That is going to make us a pretty penny, is the only thing. Have a little look around here. We can see that we're a little bit kind of shown out to space. There's some aluminium there. Or aluminum, depending on where you are. Let's just have a little look-gander at the outside of the ship. Let's see how badly this thing is. Yeah, it's not feeling too good. It looks like there might be another kind of way around there, but we'll come back into the ship. So we're not just hanging off the end. Alright, let's keep going. Right, It is pretty dark in here is the only thing. Looks like this was potentially like some sort of like a storage bay. Ooh. A sealed flooring, so uninstalling exposing ship's interior to vacuum. Now this would be really good for adding into our ship. It would mean that we'd have to expose our ship to vacuum. And this is an all look at all the storage space here. This is incredible. We got another toolbox, motherboard. Okay, we're gonna have to come back with the dolly and actually have a little look around here proper. But I'm already feeling some damaged RCS. Maybe we can pair that up. Get that ready. A bunch of conduits. A little bit of an autosave. This place is looking not so bad, other than the fact that obviously, you know, it's exposed to the vacuum. This is obviously like another storage area that's just been, you know, it's been something's bashed it, something's damaged it. This I feel like is almost like the start of like a reactor room. Just judging from like the red lights, the fact we got the, oh yeah, so we've got a little bit of a battery here. Let's have a little look at you. How much do you have? 6 years worth of stuff. Good stuff. What we got? A damaged fusion grade laser capacitor. We've got the laser array as well, not damaged. Whole bunch of electrical parts, capacitor, motherboard. Anything over here? We got bin. Anything useful? Another welder without any charge. Yeah, because he doesn't have a battery. An actual toolbox itself. Anything in the toolbox? No, none. Okay, okay. And other than that, we just got a bunch of floor, a bunch of capacitors, motherboards. If we can fix up that fusion grade laser capacitor, that's going to be worth a pretty penny as well. There's another rack over here. Let's just double check you. Oh, I feel like a kid in a candy store right now. This is going to be a decent haul. Now, you... Can we toggle you? Does that do anything? It would put the electricity up here, but sadly you're not currently working. Okay, we got more, what's that, intake, another can intake. Bunch of N2 cans. Probably damaged, indeed they are. Bunch of floor, loose flooring. Very interesting. Couple of pumps, couple more pumps. Toolbox. Look at you, anything good? Nope. Heat sink over there, got bin. Exposed to the vacuum. So this is not a good place to stay. What you got in here? Motor and a spare screen. Okay, we can maybe collect these up. A lot of pumps. Another bin. Another kind of like almost like a storage area. This is obviously quite nice. We've got a cooler here. Damage. The radiator is completely damaged. Good to know. What's this? This looks like a door of some kind. Completely off the grid. We can't quite see what's in there. Maybe there's another way around. We'll keep on exploring at the moment. So this brings us back to the main area here as we kind of come around. So we've got what looks to be an old kind of nuclear reactor. Looks like we've got the crew quarters here. We've got sink, a couple of bins. Anything in particular here? Anti-nausea pills. A data card could be interesting. We'll see what's in there. Because there could be something quite nice in there, like some data that we could potentially sell. Or, not too bad. We found a bed. Wow, okay. Not too bad. We could just sleep here if we wanted to. I don't think that's potentially a good idea. Holden patch, some vodka. Okay, okay. Another RCS thruster. So yeah, this is definitely like... I'm guessing there's nothing inside this bag. This is definitely like almost like a crew war area. Yeah, no, there's nothing inside that tote. Or tote bag, sorry. That's the one we just looked at. Have a look at you. So yeah, definitely a crew quarter of some kind. As you can tell by the sink, the bed, bit of sort of storage. So I wonder if this is like multiple kind of crew quarters areas. Let's pry this open, which is a nice thing we can do. Luckily this wasn't pressurized. It would have probably been good to check. What we got? We just got a couple of things there. Looks like there might be something behind here as well. Let's so you're closed and damaged. Okay. Let's just uninstall you. I think we should be alright. We should be able to uninstall this pretty quick. And you can see that we haven't had to go back to our ship once. We're going to just be here. Battery slowly running down, but that's okay. Our O2 stock is absolutely fine. Looks like another kind of like communal kind of crew area. We've got a fridge, we've got a couple of sinks. Big old bin. I think we're going to get a whole bunch of, even if we don't make too much money, which I think we will still make money if we can repair up these kind of nuclear reactor areas, we'll still make money just, or it'll still be a good ship just purely because we'll be able to find quite a lot of bins to increase the storage capacity of our own ship. Yeah, this is going to be good. Bins and racks and all sorts of things. Some compound chicken. I'll never say no. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're supposed to get round to this other part of the ship. Quite hard, just given how dark it is, to kind of properly see what is kind of happening. It's almost like there should be like a door or something, like here, or like potentially this is like an area that we should be able to access, because it's like you have this door here, and it almost looks like there's like, unless it's just this bin here. Yeah, I think it must be. Yeah, I thought that was saying there was something else there, but I guess not. Almost looks like this is maybe just like an open bit. Yeah, because there's like the structure here. Maybe there's like no, we would see a cooler on the inside. I was thinking maybe that could be where the cooler is, but I think we've actually seen pretty much everything we can see inside the ship. Overall, I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I think we should be able to make quite a bit of money, and we're definitely going to do some work. What I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to spend some time coming over to this helium tank, and I'm going to get that repaired up. I can remember exactly where it is. It's the problem with these bigger ships. Like when you get into these bigger ships, you've got to kind of just keep your wits about you. I'm sure it was over here somewhere. It's kind of where we went out into space, right? No, this is the storage bit. We've gone past it. That's the battery. I can see the battery there. So the helium tank. I thought there was a helium tank like right about here. A whole bunch of vents, which is interesting. That was a helium tank like right about here that we found. Or was it further down? Because this is the storage area here where we're like, oh, this is the storage area. We found that helium tank before that. And it would make sense that it would be kind of like along here, because it should be connected up to the interior of this kind of nuclear area. Where did it go? This is the other area here. So there's obviously all those O2 tanks. We've got a whole bunch of N2 tanks. We've got the helium-3. If I could remember where it was, I'm sure it was over here. Maybe we should just uninstalled, repaired it just when I found it so I could actually find it again. Would be nice to get the electricity running if we could. We do have an awful lot of battery time, and we do have some conduits available. Where's this electricity working? Because I would really like to be able to kind of just see. That'd be really, really nice. If we could wire up some of these conduits here. It's going to take a little bit longer than I'd maybe like to. And I don't know how many of these lights are actually functional. Or even connected to the circuit. Is the only thing. Yeah, it would be nice, but let's just continue walking around. We can just, we can see decently well. In fact, if we wanted to, we could always drop you on the floor, get a little bit more light. Otherwise, at least our suit has its own little light on top, which I do believe, yeah, because attaching you to the clip point doesn't actually do anything. It's a shame. It would have been nice if we could get that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down here. This is our initial bit here. We came in with the bins. This is where we came in. So yeah, I'm 100% sure this helium tank is over here somewhere, but I just don't know where it's gone. Okay, let's keep moving. Maybe it is in a different part of the ship, and I'm just getting awfully confused. See, this is literally the only way I can think of it now. I'm just like, what? Where did that helium tank go? Because it would make sense it would be around here, because this is where the all the nuclear stuff is. Alright, let's I'm just going to start dragging my bag so I can have this in my hand so we can actually see it. It's going to slow us down a little bit, but it's just going to help us in terms of light. Because yeah, we've got our storage bit here. How very weird. Alright, let's not worry about it for just now. Put this back in our hand and we'll get back to the ship. I think it's time to get the dolly out and start having a wee look about. Oh, no. I'm getting turned around in the dark. Yeah, it would be really nice. Because you should... There's power there. Okay. Let's have a little look. Let's try and install this conduit here. First install on a derelict. During long shifts spent investigating half-dead ships in the boneyard, you often wonder what it'd be like to do the opposite. Why wrench out the beating heart from a wounded ship when you could nurse it back to health instead? The question returns to you as you look around this derelict, now through the eyes of a self-employed spacer. The prospect of finding an answer has you feeling like an uncaged animal. The sound in your breathing repeats in your helmet and grows more eager with every exhalation. You sit at work and your tools resound through the hull all around you during idle moments. It's hard not to consider the consequences of installing and uninstalling parts you don't own. Sure, you're in a junkyard, but it's IOTMUS junkyard, and while they might turn a blind eye to the salvage trade when it suits them, they will bring the hammer down as soon as it doesn't. That goes double if you happen to make a derelict fly. Standard blocks on a nav station are onerous but far from prohibitive, and clever engineering can take you a long way. Understood. Basically, they're saying, hey, you know, you could repair this up and get this flying, but if you don't own it, they're going to come down for you. Oh boy, yes. Okay, perfect. That has seemingly worked very, very well. We've got a lot more power kind of coming out. We've got... The lights aren't great. They're a little bit flickery. I would imagine if this wasn't exposed to vacuum, all of the N2 alarms would be going off right now. The doors are also starting to work. Very, very, very nice. Love to see it. Yeah, a little bit flickery in terms of the lights. For the sake of one conduit, just being able to see a little bit better is not bad. Let's come in here. We know it's safe, so that's good. Let's drop our bag off on the ground. We'd also like to put it in the storage, but it's fine as well. Yeah, got some low pressure. Feels good to, like, you know, be out and about. I mean, we were pretty much out there for quite some time, just kind of getting stuff done. And we're absolutely okay in terms of, like, our suit. Our suit is still absolutely fine. You can't complain about it. Right, let's get this dolly about. See what we can do with it. I mean, we certainly should be trying to collect stuff as well. You know, like, as we're going around, we can always just put it on the dolly. You know, like, say that mechanical parts, let's pick those up, pop them on the dolly. We can use it to help repair stuff. What do you mean there's no room in the inventory? There's plenty of room in the inventory. Oh, you're not even going to go into the studio. That's me just being silly. Alright, let's carry on about. This is where we actually want to bring our backpack, if we could. Yeah, I don't know where this helium tank has gone. We found it. Right, let's uninstall the storage space. This storage space is going to be really interesting. I want to put this on our main ship. Just have it in the middle of the... Or potentially you could even put it in, like, the exterior bit, like the bit between the airlocks. Lovely. Yeah, no, we're not really saying anything to anyone. Pick you up, and I'm pretty sure we can't put you on the testudo. No, we cannot. That's a shame. Right, let's drag you back. We'll come back for the testudo at another point. But yeah, if we can put this potentially in here, in where this airlock is, it might be too big is the only thing. Let's have a little look at this bay. No, it's not. We could okay, maybe very easily is a bit of a stretch, but we could certainly, like, clear out this floor and install that in there. I like that idea. I very much like that idea. Right, let's go ahead and we can move up this backpack and drop you down in here. Good stuff. And you can see as well just how much more quickly we're able to kind of, like, get around this ship, just because we can, like, you know, we can run about. We don't have to worry about, you know, running back to get our O2 up and that kind of stuff. We could just kind of come out and do whatever we want. That's great. Right, let's pick up this dolly. Good stuff. Come on, Mr. Dolly. Those bins we potentially want to get some more of as well. We've got a thruster here. You are damaged. We maybe just hold off on you. It's nice now that we've got the electricity running around. I just wish there's some of these lights that would work a little bit better. Let's actually have a little think about what salvage we want to get. I would have liked to go grab that helium canister if I could remember exactly where it was. The other thing I really want to get is I want to get these bits here, so let's drop you down. I actually don't like all these sparks happening. We want to try and do stuff if we can. One of the things as well, we're going to want to repair this, but currently we can't do it because we don't have the inventory space. We'll need to grab our bag in order to do that. Unfortunately, unless we just clip this on here. Toggle the power. Yeah, that's certainly something we could do. Let's uninstall this this laser array for now. There we go. Oh, and we're actually going to go pick up some steel and we're going to start popping it in. Good stuff. Let's get this steel out the way. And then we can worry about other things. There we go. Yep. Just putting stuff together, just grabbing it from about the ship. And we can repair this capacitor. Ooh. I don't think there's much point trying to like repair this ship. This ship does obviously have a lot of walls, has a lot of space. I understand that. But it's going to cost quite a lot. There's an awful lot of like stuff here. And sure, we made a fair bit of money, but we're still paying off our mortgage for this ship, even if we get another one. And so I don't think we'll be able to do that at all. Right now, I believe you will be far too big to put on this dolly. Double check. No, you're actually okay. So we've managed to grab this, popped it on the dolly. Now we pick up our dolly. Let's go ahead and see if we can pick up this laser array. Pop you on as well. Good stuff. Right, so now we're able to kind of start moving stuff a lot quicker. Because we got 2 bits on here on this dolly. Trash here. Let's uninstall this rack and we can pop you on too. Let's not put it on the dolly, please. Let's put it on the ground. There we go. Uninstall you. Good stuff. Pop you in. I know you won't pop in here. That's a bit of a shame, but you might. Let's keep on going then. See if there's anything else that we can kind of pop on. Potentially, we've got, what is this, a damaged intake? Let's uninstall these N2 tanks. They're not, oh, quick little autosave. They're not going to be worth the most, but they're at least going to be worth something. There we go. Alright. Get you done. Get the next one done, because are you, no, you're not damaged. You're actually still worth quite a lot, because there's quite a lot in you as well. This N2 will pop on the dolly. And that's good. So if you think about how long it took us to kind of do stuff on the other ship with all the O2 tanks, having this dolly is going to make it go so much faster. So not only are we going to be faster because we can do so much more while being out in space because we got our new spacesuit, we've also got this dolly, which means just moving around all these various parts. We don't have to do it one at a time anymore. We can just do it whenever we grab them. Just pick them up and keep on going. Now I would love to be able to remember exactly where this helium tank was. We'd have to come back for it, of course. We can't like drag it out. I don't know where it's gone. I honestly don't know where it's gone. I was sure in my mind it was like over here, like around the nuclear kind of area, because we had those that flashing red light, and that was the only flashing red light to begin with as well. Obviously not. All right, let's come in here. Let's grab our stuff. Yep, low levels. Let's go ahead and we'll drop our stuff off our dolly and in to our safe area. Boom, like so. Going great, going good. And you know what? I'm having a look at the time, and I think what we'll do is we'll maybe just call this episode here. It's going to take us a lot longer to sort of salvage this derelict. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. We might even have to take 2 trips. There's quite a lot of stuff on here. There's certainly some stuff that needs to be repairing. But just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying Ostranauts at the moment. I know I am as well. And there's some inklings as well that there's going to be potentially another patch coming up soon. Or will I say soon? Not sure how soon, but hopefully soon, because it does look quite cool and things like ship-to-ship combat, fires, all sorts of manner to make your life just a little bit worse. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the series, and hopefully this is something we'll continue as we see what happens to the good old Micah Chambers. Just want to say another big thank you as well to all the members of the Burger Band for supporting the channel, helping us out get the videos. If you want to become a member of the Burger Band, you can do that down below in the link description. Gives you early access to videos as soon as they're uploaded, rather than when they're scheduled to come out. You know, if that's something that interests you. And it really does help the channel out as well. So big thank you to them. Big thank you to everybody watching. Big thank you to everybody in the comments. And just until next time, take care.